15 nội dung thi đấu mà Quân đội Nhân dân Việt Nam tham gia tranh tài trong khuôn khổ Hội thao quân sự quốc tế Army Games 2021. Cuộc thi về huấn luyện hàng hải có tên gọi Cúp Biển sẽ được tổ chức ở vùng biển Vladivostok, căn cứ chính của hạm đội Thái Bình Dương, Liên bang Nga. Lần đầu tiên tham dự Cúp Biển, Hải quân Việt Nam với đại diện cặp tàu hộ vệ tên lửa là 015 Trần Hưng Đạo và 016 Quang Trung sẽ tranh tài với 3 đội tuyển khác là Hải quân Trung Quốc, Hải quân Myanmar và Hải quân Nga. Cúp Biển là một trong những môn thi đấu sớm nhất của Army Games 2021, đã diễn ra từ ngày 23 tháng 8 đến ngày 27 tháng 8. Với lần đầu tiên tham dự và ngay lập tức phải chạm trán với những đối thủ xương sỏ như Nga và Trung Quốc, quả thực là một thách thức lớn với những cán bộ, chiến sĩ của Hải quân Việt Nam. Thế nhưng, nhờ sự chuẩn bị tương đối tốt, đội tuyển Cúp Biển Việt Nam đã không khiến chúng ta thất vọng.
Tại sao càng nuôi con lại càng bướng? Càng nuôi con, khoảng cách giữa ta với con ngày càng xa cách. Ngày bé, ta yêu con, ta gần gũi với con yêu ta, con quấn quýt bên ta. Nhưng mà rồi lớn hơn nữa, con không còn quấn quýt bên ta nữa. Và ta cũng cảm thấy bực bội về con luôn. Nhìn
Ở ngày thi đấu đầu tiên, tại nội dung thi Market mìn trôi trên biển bằng súng 14 ly 5, đội tuyển Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam dù thực hiện phần thi trong điều kiện thi đấu sóng to, gió lớn, nhưng các xạ thủ của chúng ta vẫn hoàn thành nội dung này khá tốt. Bắt bám mục tiêu chính xác trước thời điểm khai hỏa. Kết quả xếp thứ 2 sau đội tuyển nước chủ nhà Liên bang Nga và trên đội tuyển Trung Quốc. Còn ở nội dung mục tiêu trên biển, đội tuyển Việt Nam đã tiến hành thi đấu với pháo AK-176. Mục tiêu dù khó phát hiện bởi yếu tố thời tiết, thế nhưng vượt qua những trở ngại ấy, đội tuyển Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam giành vị trí thứ nhất, xếp trên đội tuyển Liên bang Nga và Trung Quốc trong cùng bảng đấu.
Thời tiết mù rất là khó để quan sát và hiệu chỉnh đường bắn. Trên màn hình TV quan sát mục tiêu rất là khó khăn. Về cái kết quả bắn ngày hôm nay thì kíp bắn đã thực hiện tương đối tốt và đã phát huy được những lần bắn tại trong nước. Và đến thời điểm hiện tại thì mọi nỗ lực cố gắng của toàn thể các đồng chí trong kíp đã được đền đáp xứng đáng bằng kết quả bắn ngày hôm nay.
2 ngày thi đầu tiên thì chúng ta có kết quả bắn là rất tốt, đặc biệt là nội dung bắn pháo AK-176. Đây là một nội dung khó và thời tiết hôm nay không được tốt, nhưng mà các xạ thủ, các kíp đã hiệp đồng với nhau, đã thực hiện tốt cái nhiệm vụ được giao. Đây cũng là tiền đề để cho chúng ta tiếp tục thi đấu 3 môn còn lại.
Sau 2 ngày thi đấu nội dung bắn mìn trôi và bắn pháo AK-176 với kết quả rất tốt, thì đội tuyển Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam tiếp tục hy vọng có được thành tích như mong muốn trong phần thi kỹ năng hàng hải. Bởi đây là nội dung huấn luyện có những thành tích vượt bậc, đặc biệt trong những ngày tại Liên bang Nga. Khi được lệnh của trọng tài, tàu 016 lướt trên mặt sóng đầy tự tin tiến tới vị trí xuất phát. Hướng tàu đăng ký là 345 độ, xuôi gió, xuôi dòng. Khi tàu tiếp cận phao gần hơn, đến khoảng cách phù hợp, tổ xuồng 3 người nhanh chóng rời vị trí tới nhận dây lái từ tổ dây lái trên tàu. Cơ động xuồng tiếp cận phao. Sóng khá to, việc tiếp cận chiếc phao có kích thước lớn và khá cao không hề dễ dàng. Nhưng chỉ sau chưa đầy 1 phút, Thiếu tá quân nhân chuyên nghiệp Ngô Đình Việt, tổ trưởng tổ xuồng đã cố định xong dây lái và phao và thoăn thoắt nhảy xuống xuồng, hoàn thành nhiệm vụ.
Khi kết thúc nội dung thi, bản thân rất sung sướng, tự hào vì mình đã thực hiện tốt cái nội dung thi của mình.
Xét trên góc độ về độ chính xác của hướng đăng ký thì kíp tàu đã đạt được tất cả các vũ khí trang bị kỹ thuật của tàu để phục vụ cho việc thả neo buộc phao, cũng như là sự phối hợp nhuần nhuyễn, hiệp đồng tốt giữa tất cả các vị trí trong nội dung thi thì đều đã đạt rất là tốt.
Ở 2 phần thi cuối, cứu hộ cứu nạn và đấu tranh bảo vệ sức sống tàu với quyết tâm giành kết quả cao nhất trong cuộc thi Cúp Biển năm nay, đội tuyển Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam đã hoàn thành tốt các nội dung thi. Nội dung đấu tranh bảo vệ sức sống tàu, nơi có sự hiện diện của một đội tuyển rất mạnh là chủ nhà Nga. Đội tuyển bạn đã hoàn thành phần thi với kết quả đáng nể. Kết quả của đội bạn đặt áp lực rất lớn lên các tuyển thủ Việt Nam lần đầu thi tài ở nội dung này. Song với quyết tâm cao nhất, sự linh hoạt, thành thạo các kỹ năng, vị trí, phối hợp, hiệp đồng tốt, các tuyển thủ như đốt cháy mình trong khoang thi đấu, tận dụng tối đa từng phần trăm giây đồng hồ để xử lý tình huống, hoàn thành bài thi xuất sắc hơn trông đợi.
Đội đấu tranh bảo vệ sức sống tàu của Hải quân Nhân dân Liên bang Nga được đánh giá cao hơn đội đấu tranh bảo vệ sức sống tàu của Việt Nam. Tuy nhiên, trước sự lớn mạnh của đội bạn, đội tuyển Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam đã cố gắng, nỗ lực để vượt qua áp lực tâm lý và chúng tôi đã thi đấu hết mình. Qua đó đã khẳng định được quá trình luyện tập của các đồng chí trong đội và kết quả thi đấu ngày hôm nay đã phản ánh lên một phần nào là quá trình luyện tập của chúng tôi khá hài lòng về nội dung thi đấu ngày hôm nay.
Tại phần thi cứu hộ cứu nạn, nội dung thi đấu cuối cùng của môn thi Cúp Biển trong khuôn khổ Army Games 2021, mọi người tại trung tâm huấn luyện dưới nước của hạm đội Thái Bình Dương đã được chứng kiến một màn so tài vô cùng hấp dẫn và kịch tính giữa hai đội tuyển Việt Nam và chủ nhà Nga. Những bộ đồ cứu hộ màu vàng cam có kết cấu bên ngoài là mút mềm và bên trong chống thấm nước, vừa dày vừa nặng và rộng quá khổ, được các tuyển thủ Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam nhanh chóng mặc vào với các thao tác thuần thục, chính xác. Sau khi cả hai đội kết thúc nội dung thi đấu, các tuyển thủ cùng hò reo chúc mừng lẫn nhau trong những cái ôm thật chặt, không có khoảng cách, không phân biệt hơn thua.
Trên cương vị là đội trưởng của đội tuyển Cúp Biển, tôi đang rất là vui mừng và rất là hạnh phúc vì công sức của tất cả anh em ở trong đội tuyển đã được đền đáp cho đến thời điểm này hết sức là xứng đáng với công sức chúng tôi đã bỏ ra và phản ánh đúng cái khả năng huấn luyện và làm chủ vũ khí trang bị cũng như là huấn luyện các nội dung trong hội thi của Army Games.
Qua cuộc thi lần này tôi và toàn thể anh em cũng đã rút ra được nhiều bài học kinh nghiệm để đấy là một cái nội dung để huấn luyện cho những năm tiếp theo đạt kết quả cao hơn nữa.
Kết quả chung cuộc sau 4 phần thi, đội tuyển đã giành huy chương bạc toàn đoàn, xếp sau đội tuyển nước chủ nhà Liên bang Nga. Có thể nói, dù lần đầu tiên tham dự, với kinh nghiệm thi đấu quốc tế chưa nhiều, điều kiện thời tiết, khí hậu, địa bàn thi đấu có nhiều bỡ ngỡ, nhưng với tinh thần quyết tâm cao nhất, nỗ lực khắc phục khó khăn, tranh thủ từng giờ, từng phút ra sức rèn luyện để giành được những thành tích cao nhất. Quá trình thi đấu, cùng sự nghiêm túc trong thực hiện kỷ luật, quy chế thi đã thể hiện được năng lực trình độ không thua kém, ngang ngửa với các đội tuyển đến từ các quốc gia có nhiều kinh nghiệm thi đấu, bề dày về sử dụng, vận hành phương tiện, vũ khí trang bị.
Cá nhân tôi và các thành viên đoàn công tác rất vui mừng khi chúng ta đạt được kết quả tốt ngay trong lần đầu tiên xuất quân tham gia một sân chơi mới mẻ và thử thách như Army Games với thành tích huy chương bạc của toàn đoàn môn Cúp Biển. Trong đó thì chúng ta đứng thứ nhất ở nhiều nội dung thi, đặc biệt là bắn pháo đối hải AK-176. Tôi rất vinh dự, tự hào đã phát huy cái truyền thống quyết chiến quyết thắng của Quân đội Nhân dân Việt Nam, góp phần tôn vinh niềm tự hào của bộ đội Hải quân, truyền thống anh hùng của Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam.
Mặc dù đây là năm đầu tiên Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam được tham gia một đấu trường lớn là đấu trường Army Games 2021. Vượt qua những khó khăn bỡ ngỡ ban đầu, kết quả đạt được của cả đoàn tương đối tốt, đã đạt được chỉ tiêu đề ra. Và qua đây thì bản thân tôi cũng như là các đồng chí trong đoàn đã rút ra những kinh nghiệm để đúc kết cho bản thân mình. Mong những lần tham gia tiếp theo chúng ta có thể đạt được kết quả tốt và vươn xa hơn tại đấu trường quốc tế.
Trong tiếng quân nhạc hùng tráng, đánh dấu thời điểm hai môn thi đã kết thúc thành công tốt đẹp trong khuôn khổ Army Games 2021. Quốc thiểu các nước lần lượt được cử vang dền, hùng tráng trên quân cảng tràn ngập nắng vàng. Các cán bộ, sĩ quan và tuyển thủ Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam xúc động, cất cao quốc ca, khi quốc thiều Việt Nam được cử lên. Niềm tự hào dân tộc trào dâng khi ngước nhìn lá cờ Tổ quốc tung bay sánh bên quốc kỳ các nước rạng rỡ một góc trời trên quân cảng. Lần đầu tiên xuất quân tham gia đấu trường quân sự tầm cỡ quốc tế, niềm tự hào, vinh quang này thật sự có ý nghĩa to lớn đối với các chiến sĩ Hải quân Nhân dân Việt Nam, luôn tự hào với truyền thống anh hùng, đã ra quân là thắng lợi. Biên đội tàu 015 và 016 lướt êm trên mặt biển, bắt đầu hành trình đưa niềm vui chiến thắng, vinh quang về cho Tổ quốc, như quyết tâm, khát vọng đã hứa trước khi lên đường, vượt hàng nghìn dặm tham gia đấu trường quốc tế Army Games 2021.
Chiếu sáng hàng triệu giờ mà không hết pin với đèn pin siêu sáng XML T6 của Mỹ, áp dụng công nghệ chiếu sáng hàng
Su-30 MK.
Làm thế nào để kiếm được tối thiểu 1.000 đô một tháng từ YouTube mà không cần phải dừng lại cái công việc hiện tại bạn đang làm? Bạn thân mến, khi mà nhắc đến kiếm tiền trên YouTube thì có rất nhiều người thường nghĩ rằng là
sáng nay Trung tướng Nguyễn Trọng Bình, Phó Tổng Tham mưu trưởng đã kiểm tra sư đoàn 370 Quân chủng Phòng không Không quân thực hành ném bom bắn đạn thật ban ngày tại trường bắn quốc gia khu vực 3.
Thực hành bắn ném bom đạn thật lần này, sư đoàn 370 huy động các loại máy bay chiến đấu Su-30 MK2, Su-22 và trực thăng vũ trang Mi-8 có sử dụng nhiều loại vũ khí khác nhau. Kết quả, tất cả phi công, tổ bay đạt khá, giỏi và xuất sắc. Đặc biệt, năm nay, nhiều phi công trẻ của sư đoàn đã được thực hành bắn ném bom.
Từ đảng ủy trung đoàn cho đến phi đội và đặc biệt là xây dựng cho đội ngũ phi công thành viên tổ bay trong toàn trung đoàn, nhất là các đồng chí phi công về cái bản lĩnh cũng như là về cái hướng dẫn sử dụng về máy bay, về vũ khí, đạn thật để cho phi công thực hành và cái bắn đạn thật đạt kết quả cao nhất.
Trình độ tổ chức chỉ huy và điều hành của người chỉ huy trong cái sử dụng vũ khí đạn thật tại trường bắn và các cái yếu tố tác chiến thì nó rất là tốt và phù hợp trong cái chiến tranh, trong cái tình huống cũng như chiến tranh tương lai. Đấy là có cái sử dụng là bay độ cao cực thấp và là vượt hỏa lực phòng không, rồi dùng các cái thiết bị như là đạn nhiễu nhiệt, đạn nhiễu vô tuyến, rồi các cái hình thức khác để tránh hỏa lực phòng không, để mà máy bay bảo toàn được máy bay và đánh trúng mục tiêu, hoàn thành tốt nhiệm vụ.
Bên cạnh đó, bộ phận mặt đất cũng đã thực hiện tốt nhiệm vụ, bảo đảm các loại máy bay, vũ khí, trang bị có độ tin cậy cao nhất, giúp phi công, tổ bay thực hành bay đúng kế hoạch, an toàn tuyệt đối.
Để bắn được trúng mục tiêu thì trong quá trình duy trì hệ thống thông tin liên lạc phải luôn luôn thông suốt, chỉ huy hiệp đồng giữa các đơn vị bạn, đồng thời trong các cái mạng hướng cũng phải đảm bảo thường xuyên, liên tục.
Các máy bay ở các sân bay khác nhau bay về cái trường bia T3, thứ tự thả máy bay và thứ tự vào công kích. Công tác điều hành chỉ huy của từ sở chỉ huy sư đoàn, sở chỉ huy các trung đoàn, lực lượng thông tin, lực lượng dẫn đường phối hợp để làm sao nhịp nhàng đưa máy bay vào, và chính cái đó là một cái yếu tố để đảm bảo an toàn trong quá trình bắn ném.
Trung tướng Nguyễn Trọng Bình đánh giá cao kết quả của đợt thực hành bắn ném này và yêu cầu đơn vị rút ra những bài học kinh nghiệm từ sau mỗi đợt thực hành bắn ném bom đạn thật nhằm không ngừng nâng cao khả năng sẵn sàng chiến đấu. Các thành phần tiếp tục làm tốt công tác phối hợp, hiệp đồng, chuẩn bị đầy đủ nội dung trong mỗi giai đoạn bay. Từng phi công phát huy trách nhiệm, nghiên cứu, nắm chắc bài bay, yếu lĩnh động tác, sẵn sàng xử lý mọi tình huống bất trắc xảy ra trong chuyến bay. Phi công, tổ bay, sĩ quan dẫn đường nắm chắc địa tiêu, địa hình sân bay, sử dụng thành thạo các trang thiết bị hiện có, đánh trúng mục tiêu ngay từ loạt bom đạn đầu.
Đợt ném bom bắn đạn thật lần này nhằm đánh giá kết quả huấn luyện của đơn vị, đồng thời góp phần nâng cao trình độ chiến đấu của đội ngũ phi công.
Final hits, for the first division, featuring Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Belarus, and People's Republic of China. And now, according to the results of today's race, we are going to learn the names of the entrants into the semi-finals. Only the first division teams take place in the semi-final relay races. And then, according to the results of the semi-final race, we are going to learn the names of the finalists and the winners of this year's TÄNG Biathlon. Now, introducing the international referee panel. Rustam Sadikov, Ilnar Sagdiev, Andrei Nekrashevich, and Yunhun Zhen. 4 tanks feature in today's race. All of the 5 lines are going to be taken. 3 of the teams are using their own tanks. 2 of them, Russia and Belarus, own T-72B3s. However, China is using a compatible in specs Type 96B Chinese-produced armored vehicle. And slightly later, we are going to give you more technical specs on both vehicles. Right now, at the right flank, introducing the green color-coded tank, Republic of Kyrgyzstan. Tank commander is Senior Lieutenant Shaipulu Irisbek. The gunner is Junior Sergeant Sanjar Bakhitbekov. And the driver is Junior Sergeant Dilmurod Azizov. Kyrgyzstan. Now, introducing the second fire line, the red color-coded tank, Russian Federation, the undefeated champions at this track. Introducing the tank commander, Cadet Savely Dupin, the gunner, Cadet Dmitry Kuklin, and the driver is Sergeant Yakov Ulanov, Russian Federation. And the roof comes off the stands. All the fans are on their feet cheering the reigning champions. Now, over to the third fire line, Republic of Belarus. Introducing the tank commander, Senior Lieutenant Artyom Rys. The gunner is Denis Moisenko. And the driver is Andrei Zelevich. Republic of Belarus, third crew. And now, at the left flank, the blue tank, introducing the third crew for Team China. Tank commander, Senior Sergeant Second Class, Liu Zhe. Gunner, Sergeant Fu Ai. And the driver is Junior Sergeant Wang Jianhua. People's Republic of China, third crew. Well, dear friends, this is the last day for individual hits of this TÄNG Biathlon. This is Nikolai Fedorov, your host, and co-hosting for English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Kulinsky. Let's support Russian Federation, support all the teams. The signal to begin race is given here at Alabina Army Proving Ground, and the crews take their seats in their T-72B3s, reporting to the chief referee of the contest, Major General Kirill Kulakov. He is the chief referee of the TÄNG Biathlon this year. Also, the head of Kazan Higher Tank Academy, the famous cradle of Russia's top tankers. And the third crew, similar to second crew this year for Russian Federation, is represented with his cadets. Now, the first to start are the Kyrgyzstan tankers with short intervals. Other teams will follow. First Russia, then Belarus, and China will follow. This is going to be a rolling start with intervals. Some changes were introduced this year, mostly to the first division rules. Firstly, simultaneous display of all the 3 tank targets. Earlier, we used to see 1 target raised at a time. However, this year, according to the instruction of the Chief of Ground Forces, Russian Federation, Major General Oleg Salyukov, the rules have been slightly amended. Also, First Division saw the introduction of the 20-second rule for the first shot. Now, in case the crew cannot make it within a 20-second allotment to engage the first tank target, it is going to earn itself a penalty pit stop at the penalty pit stop site, 8 of which are dispersed throughout the tournament track. We're expecting to see some remarkable fire missions, some excellent driving feats, and also another third change. It was to introduce 2 penalty laps as opposed to 1 for missing tank targets, since certainly main caliber fires are considered to be critical and paramount of all targets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the fans are here. We've got a huge turnout in offline and online audiences. They waited for this day. They expected this day. They anticipated it. And now they cannot believe it has come. This final day, introducing the third crew of the Russian Federation, the reigning champions of the track. And right now, we see Kyrgyzstan. This is the coach of Team Kyrgyzstan. And news just in, decision has been taken just now to let Russian Federation team take the field first today. Well, an unexpected turn. It's always more difficult to go first. And now, welcome the team they have come to fear. They have come to respect. They have come to worship Russian Federation. Now all the fans, all of the supporters are certainly excited to learn today who is going to be the strongest out of the 4 teams. Right now, Russia, first crew, leads the rankings in the first division individual hits. Second crew follows in the second position. Third is the Belarus crew, then China and Kazakhstan. Now, the tank is through the restricted passage obstacle. Certainly a lot rests on the shoulders of the driver for Russian team, Yakov Ulanov. When we asked Yakov, what are you dreaming of? He told us he wants to break the speed record that was set here back in 2019. And as you recall, those of us that have been watching us for years, it was 84 kilometers an hour, despite the tactical specs only stating 70. We witnessed this in this rough terrain, speeds of 84 kilometers an hour exceeded by Team Russia. This record remains unbroken in this track, and let's wish Yakov good luck in breaking it today, safely breaking this record. Now, certainly obstacles have to be traversed carefully, since every pole knocked at restricted maneuvering, restricted passage, and the slope obstacles will result in penalty laps. And right now the time has already started. The firing time for the first shot, and the 3 targets out in the range. First shot, it's a hit. Well done. Remarkable fire accuracy for the first shot. 16 seconds it took the gunner for Russian Federation, Cadet Dmitry Kuklin, and he hits the second target too. Let's hope for a perfect combo here today. He only needs just 1 more target to make it a perfect trifecta. Holding your breath, and it's a hit! What a perfect combo for Dmitry Kuklin. Amazing. Well, of course, we had not expected anything less from the reigning champions of this track. Now Russia is forward, proceeding to the next laps and more targets. In the meanwhile, Kyrgyzstan is taking the field. We all recall Kyrgyzstan last year taking part in the second division clash, performing amazingly spectacular lessons were learned, leaving no doubt to its supremacy. They earned their ticket into the first division in 2022, and Kyrgyzstan, for the first time in the first division, features some amazing, remarkable, unbelievable performances that we have come to expect from this unique motorsport event, the TÄNG biathlon of the Army International Games. Now, this year, 34 various contests are taking place in 35 countries. 21 nations are racing in this year's TÄNG biathlons. 2 editions from last year's 19, and now the replay to the last fire mission for Russia. Amazing fire accuracy. Just look at this. What a fine shot. Amazing work. Now, over to the fans. The roof is coming off the stands here at the Labina. The stands are screaming as Russia surges forward. Careful through the sharp turn. No drifts here. We all remember the drama of the previous days when the Armenian team has made us all worry, almost flipping their vehicles in the drifting corners. Now we are going through the restricted passage obstacle, and Kyrgyzstan has just loaded the standard artillery shells. 125 millimeters is the caliber of the main caliber, the smooth-bore cannon of the T-72B3. Now the time countdown for 20 seconds is started for Republic of Kyrgyzstan. Let's hope they don't waste any penalty time. And Russia is flying past into the second lap, just recording their first lap time, while Kyrgyzstan just missed their 20-second allotment to take the first shot, earning themselves a penalty after this fire mission. This has taken some time. We're seeing them spending almost a minute at the fire line already. Let's keep our fingers crossed against any technical problems. Ladies and gentlemen, the first division this year has been amazing. All of the crews have been putting in their best. We saw amazing fire accuracy. At least 4 targets out of 5 is the expected fire tally. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like a hit. We're going to get an update after it's carefully inspected. However, right now, we could say it's a miss. Continues aiming for the second target. The targets are out at 16 to 1800 meter ranges, and they only need 2 hits. We are going to see additional ammunition loaded by the team. We are seeing some serious delays with Kyrgyzstan fire mission. Ladies and gentlemen, please recall that only 4 minutes is given in total to engage the total of 3 targets. And second shot for Kyrgyzstan. Well, going past the target for the gunner Sanjar Baketbekov, but hopefully he can still change things around. He will get a chance with additional ammo. The whole of Kyrgyzstan, we're sure, is watching their team perform. Third shot. Well, it seems as if 3 additional shells are going to be loaded. And let's wish Kyrgyzstan the best of luck. Perhaps some fresh air will provide more accuracy for the team. Now we are watching the replay of this last fire mission, and in the meanwhile we can give you some tactical specs on the domestic produced T-72B3. It's an upgraded version of the old 72 model. Certainly superseded today, but many other domestic produced world-class tanks, such as T-72B3M, T-80, T-90, or the latest Armata, T-14. However, certainly these have proven over the 10 years of the tank biathlon that was constituted back in 2013 at the command of Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, the Army General Hero of Russia, Sergei Shoigu. This biathlon has certainly shown us that these T-72B3s are real racing vehicles when it comes to track endurance, precision, fire missions, and certainly this is our classic tank battalion. This is a tank biathlon. Certainly 10th anniversary is going to be remarkable. By the way, today Russia is celebrating Officers' Day. That was first constituted by Peter the Great. Since that day, the 21st of August has remained Officers' Day in the Russian Federation. Let's wish them. And now 25th target has just been hit by Russian Federation. What a fine present for the Officers' Day to everyone present here at Alabina. Savely Dupin was the tank commander. And this cadet this year, only a young cadet, got the honor from Kazan High Tankers Academy to represent the Russian Federation at this tank biathlon. The first team represents the Eastern Military District, and we just saw Kyrgyzstan continue its fire on the tank targets. However, once again, it is a miss. Kyrgyzstan is experiencing some serious problems with fire accuracy today. This will not do. They really need to do their homework after this race. Unfortunately, last shot just went under, and Kyrgyzstan has just earned themselves 3 kilometers in 6 penalty laps. Well, that's not the end, ladies and gentlemen, although Kyrgyzstan are certainly the outsiders in this race. Now, this is going to be an interesting clash between the top 3 teams, Russia, China, and Belarus. Belarus has just taken the track. Now, its servicemen are second-year veterans, along with first-year cadets. And we have come to expect a lot from this team. We anticipate their strong performances every year, and Belarus never ceases to excite us with their faultless execution. Right now, one of the favorites, along with Russian Federation and People's Republic of China, in this amazing motorsport event. Now, there is still a long way to run. Half the teams are in the second lap now, and this was the replay for the last fire mission for Kyrgyzstan. Unfortunately, today found Team Kyrgyzstan not being able to hit on any of the targets. Actually surprising us because the previous 2 crews for Kyrgyzstan put on and strong performance, it should be noted. Well, right now, Belarus is about to proceed to the first fire mission. Ammo has been loaded, and Belarus is in the firing line. Just look at this beautiful tank. We'll continue giving more technical specs throughout the tournament. The main difference from its predecessor, T-72, is increased mobility, an upgraded powertrain, increased firepower, fire controls, and Belarus just hit their first target. Well done. Let's expect another 2 from Belarus, making this a perfect combo. Second. It's also a shot. It's also a clear hit. That is amazing. Amazing fire accuracy from Belarus, along with Russia. And now third. What a sharp shot! What a rocket of a hit for Belarus. Well done. Continuing along. Now, Russian Federation third crew is almost in the third lap, recording just now second lap time after destroying the last low-flying helicopter target. No penalty laps recorded as yet. This is going to be a remarkable clash that's going to enter the record books. Certainly, we already are beginning to realize the finalists of this year. We're not going to name them too early. We'd like to wait for the official decisions, but everyone that watches, that supports and loves this tank biathlon understands that the favorites are going to meet in the finals. But certainly all of the teams are putting in their best. They need to make it to the finals. They need to hold their flags high. They need to set some shining feats of tanking prowess. Now, People's Republic of China in the Type 96B is taking the field, dancing around the restricted maneuvering obstacle. Flawless execution by the driver. Now, Type 96B is compatible to T72B3, exactly the same cannon, 125mm smooth bore main caliber. Also, anti-aircraft and coaxial machine guns are used by the 42-ton combat vehicle. Russian T-72 weighs 46 tons. It's slightly heavier. The gun is equipped with automatic loader, capable of using various types of ammunition. Official data suggests it's capable of achieving speeds of up to 65 kilometers an hour. But, ladies and gentlemen, we saw speeds over 77 kilometers an hour set by Team China this year. And Russia T-72B3 is capable of at least 84 kilometers an hour. That's the unbroken record still standing in the record books of the Russian Federation and the International Tank Biathlon. Now, Type 96B is equipped with a 1,000 horsepower supercharged diesel engine, as opposed to the 840 horsepower T-72B3. And now, back to the targets, already set for Team China. And China, with a first shot, strikes on their first target. What an amazing spectacle we are witnessing today, dear followers. This is certainly a treat to all lovers of this incredible fire-fueled motorsport event. Second shot for China. Amazing. Also hits the second target. Let's hope for a perfect combo from this strongest team of this first division tank biathlon. Now we're aiming. He's aiming for the third target, and we're going to check whether it was hit. Yes, it is hit. Well done for China. Certainly no penalty laps and no additional ammo is going to be wasted by this top team. So let's go to the timeline. Russia at the moment leading with 4 out of 5 targets at 17 minutes in the third lap. While now the next fire mission for Russian Federation, and the gunner Dmitry Kuklin is tracking the 700-meter target, and it's a hit. What a rocket of a gunner. This is extraordinary, giving them top 5 out of 5 top fire accuracy in this amazing, extraordinary performance. We just saw the chief coach, Major Ilgar Saktiyev, for Russian Federation. Just recently, he was the champion of Tank Biathlon 2014. a multiple winner and prize holder of all Army international games. The time has passed and he is a coach, giving his important experience to young cadets in Russia. Thank you, Ilmar. And now we're back to the race. Watching Kyrgyzstan, while China is about to also record their second lap. And Belarus is through the second lap behind the Russian team. All of the teams are certainly putting in their best. This is incredible. Now, this is the long straight where we see astonishing speeds. Right now, 80 kilometers an hour. We saw maximum speed just recorded by Russian Federation in this long straight. Certainly, the stands are also coming alive. This team is going all the way. It's not about to hold back or give up. Now, another change this year is the designated stop obstacle that replaces the rake from the previous years. The crew has to exit the vehicle, inspect the tank, and then load the machine gun for the next fire mission. Tanks, Chinese clearly passed the anti-tank trench and is surging ahead into the second lap. All of the line flagmen are also cadets of the Combined Armed Forces Russian Federation College. Certainly also very careful in watching these international teams pass their obstacles, perform their fire missions, and give us clear indications on any mistakes. Red flag signals a mistake, white flag signals clean passages, and right now we are watching Kyrgyzstan. Thanks to the GPS tracker installed, we're able to follow the location and speeds of all the tanks. While Belarus Senior Lieutenant Artyom Rys has just loaded his 15 rounds with 6 traces. This is a 12.7mm heavy tank machine gun cord, and Belarus is now performing their fire mission. Shot volleys are flying for Belarus, and it's a hit. Well done for Team Belarus. Certainly a strongest of contestants in this race. Now, machine gun is unloaded and locked. Artyom is back into the turret, sealing the hatches, and the tank is moving away. And now the third crew, Russian Federation, at the finish line. Well done. What an amazing, astonishing, extraordinary best time of 20 minutes and 44 seconds. No penalties recorded. Top fire accuracy, giving us a perfect combo on the first 3 targets and not missing any of the machine-gun targets. This was the amazing, unforgettable show set by the third crew of Russian Federation. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you for not disappointing us. They certainly, these reigning champions, never fail to strike emotions along with the targets here at Alabina. Military salutes are being exchanged here at Alabina with national colors of Russian Federation flying, celebrating this amazing win, and also the Officers' Day in Russia. Quite soon, these cadets are going to become tank commanders, leaders. So once again, congratulations to the 10 crew. Savely Dupin, tank commander, gunner Dmitry Kuklin, and Sergeant Yakov Ilanov, third crew, Russia. What an astonishing show, setting the stands and the audiences alive, taking the roof off today. Right now we're back to Kyrgyzstan helicopter machine gun mission. Let's check carefully whether Kyrgyzstan can improve on their previous failures with the tank targets. Certainly his fire requires corrections by the coaches. The coaches are located at the command post and are watching the crew. Right now we saw a pole, the post of the target being struck, but not the target yet. Do they still have ammo? Yes, we can see volleys flying in short bursts, but it looks like this was the last volley, and Kyrgyzstan is taking its time to give itself the best opportunity to hit the second target. Now China is about to engage the same target. Senior Sergeant First Class Liu Zhe is the gunner who is going to take this mission for the People's Republic. Now, that's the way to go. What a way to go for Kyrgyzstan. They finally hit with the last volley. This helicopter target is down, bowing to Kyrgyzstan tankers. And now China unfortunately missed on their helicopter target and just earned themselves a penalty lap. One penalty lap equals 500 meters. Well, now it will be up to the driver to get the crew free for People's Republic of China out of trouble. And now Belarus records their second lap time, only 43 seconds behind Team Russia. Belarus tankers are performing strongly this year. They're still in with a chance to win this race. Only 14 minutes and they're into the third lap. They took 6th position in the rankings overall last year. But it was not through the lack of trying, let me tell you. In the semi-finals last year, Belarus performed in the pouring rain. That was an absolute downpour, and none of the teams was able to cope. That's the reason for the team taking 6th position last year. And now this was the last perfect combo for Belarus, giving them top fire accuracy at this stage. Certainly putting some smiles on the faces of the fans. Patriot Park at Alabina Army Proving Ground sounds alive with all of the cheers. The fan club, the audiences, offline and online, are supporting all of the crews, all of the teams taking part. Well, the reigning champions had already taken the ground and finished the race, so now there is still a way to go to determine who is going to be the ultimate winners in this race. Now the replay for People's Republic of China. Certainly Chinese tankers are growing in experience year on year. They annually reshuffle their teams almost fully. I say almost because some of the members have already been veterans of this tank biathlon, as opposed to Russia or Armenia team, for instance. According to the order of the Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, hero of Russia, Sergei Shoigu, every year Russian team is completely updated. And the chance to become a winner exists for every tanker in our motherland. Many boys, many young cadets are dreaming of taking the field for their country, dreaming of the honor to fly the national flags and show their best at this tank biathlon. Well, let's wish them all the best of luck, because certainly, dear friends, dreams do come true as long as you practice hard. Now Kyrgyzstan, the champions of the second division last year. Amazing race last year. Highly recommended. Find it online and just watch the finals for the second division in 2021. Kyrgyzstan was simply remarkable in that race. Certainly they made mistakes today, but that's not to say that Kyrgyzstan is going to reach the semi-finals this year. Only positive comments remain after watching the first crew performances in these individual hits. Right now, the 27 crews for 21 countries had already finished their performances in these individual hits. Only a few more are going to feature today. We're in for another 2 events of the second division. And right now, we're back to Belarus. 23-year-old Denis Moisenko, the gunner for the Republic, strikes on the target, just shatters it, leaving us no doubt to supremacy of Belarus in this race. Amazing fire accuracy. Only 2.5 minutes is separating Belarus from the race leaders Russia, giving us more suspense and giving Belarus a chance to yet steal the game from Russian Federation. Now China is following closely in second lap. 15 minutes time elapsed into the race. The fourth target proved too challenging, however, another still remains for the Chinese tankers. Now, we're going to the current positions at the top of the screen. Russia, Belarus, China, and Kyrgyzstan is following. Yet, this is not over yet, and it's too early to call. That's not the end. We just could have some unexpected surprises today. Certainly, we're still at the edge of our seats, holding our fingers crossed for all of these first division teams. Right now, we're watching the coaxial Kalashnikov tank machine gun 7.62mm being loaded to engage in the next fire mission on the enemy anti-tank missile unit target. And let's see the Chinese tank proceed to the firing point. We're getting some excellent camera work today, giving us some amazing images of this powerful armor. Right now, we did see certain mistakes in this race. However, let me tell you, this division's race has been remarkable in terms of obstacles passed, targets hit. Certainly all of the crews this year are giving us a remarkable performance, especially speaking of yesterday's show, the second division clash, highly recommended. Now, dear friends, don't forget that the 1st of October celebrates the Day of Ground Forces in the Russian Federation. History of the ground forces stretches back to the 1st of October 1550. On that day, Tsar Ivan IV issued his decree to constitute the first regiments of the ground forces of the Russian Federation. And 1st of October, dear friends, remains the birthday of Russia's ground forces. So, Belarus into the trench, clearly passing through the obstacle. Now, we just saw a replay where Kyrgyzstan team just knocked one of the obstacle poles, indicated by the red flag from the lineman. They will need to take a penalty lap. Belarus is at the finish line, 21-26. Amazing performance, putting them in the second position in this race. Now, dear friends, Belarus has certainly amazed us this year. We were happy with the fire missions, top accuracy, careful driving, racing of the Belarus team. Now everyone at the command post are putting their hands together to congratulate the Belarus tankers. Introducing the crew for Belarus, Senior Lieutenant. Congratulations to our brothers from Belarus. Senior Lieutenant Artyom Rys. Senior Warrant Officer Denis Moisenko was the gunner, and the driver was the Corporal Andrei Zelevich from Belarus. Now still in the second position in this race. However, China is still 2 minutes behind. Anything is possible because China has just destroyed their third target, shattering the glass. For the best of luck for all the teams, for all of the fans, all of the audiences, online and offline. Certainly, they're making this happen today. And these top teams are on top of their game in this unique motorsport event. Now back to Kyrgyzstan, engaging the enemy anti-tank missile unit target. Let's hope they can improve on their fire accuracy with machine guns, making amends for the previous misses on the tanks. Right now, he shatters and it's done! Bingo for Kyrgyzstan, begging them the second machine gun fire mission. The gunner Sanjan Baganbekov for Kyrgyzstan asked us that this show is dedicated to his mother. His mother is watching her favorite son perform in this amazing spectacle of adrenaline-fueled action, and we're sure she's now crying with pride for her son. Now Kyrgyzstan is taking place in the first division for the first year actually in the first division, not performing sometimes in terms of fire accuracy, however still proving themselves to definitely be a top team. Just now in the Armenian turn, a mistake was made on the minefield obstacle by the team. And they called it Armenian turn, dear friends, because this year Armenia crews reminded us of this forgotten nickname. Back in 2014, during training rounds, Armenia crew flipped their tank after a drifting turn in this long straight. And hopefully we had not seen any overturned vehicles this year. But it wasn't through the lack of trying this year, where they saw the race stopped, they saw disqualifications, but certainly lent a lot of character to this tournament. Thank Armenia for this amazing, unforgettable performance. However, not to be repeated, because the team was disqualified for ramming one of the other team tanks yesterday. Watch it in the replays on YouTube. Also highly recommended. Amazing, unforgettable clash, worthy of the first division. And the first crew for Russian Federation set 2042 and the third crew 2044. Almost same, only 2 seconds apart. What a pity for People's Republic of China having to take a pit stop due to the fault on one of the obstacles. They're going to waste valuable seconds before reaching the finish line, setting them clearly into the third position. Just look at the replay, how dangerous that was. This is Kyrgyzstan at the penalty laps. Almost losing the penalty lap distance and going into the bush. Now coming back on track. Certainly this is not a highway to speed. However, some of the teams are certainly making us happy with their amazing motorsport performances and terrific results for this race. We just could call the top 3 for the race. Congratulations to People's Republic of China, 3rd position in this individual heat race. Amazing performance from the top 3 teams. Russia remains the leader, followed by Belarus, and People's Republic of China is now flying its national colors, proudly saluting their coaches, their fans, their supporters in the stands, introducing the team. Liu Zhe, the tank commander, gunner Sergeant Fu Yui, and the driver Junior Sergeant Wang Zhanhua. Thank you for this memorable performance. Well done on behalf of People's Liberation Army. Certainly, this was the expected fire accuracy for all of the top 3 teams. We saw some top speeds also reached at this track today, almost 80 kilometers an hour. 2 complete combos scored on the tank targets, on the machine gun fire missions by Russia and Belarus. China and Kyrgyzstan also never failed to amaze us with their spectacle that they put on in this tank biathlon anniversary edition for the 8th Army International Games. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far away. Kyrgyzstan is about to finish their 3rd lap, and today we also expect another 2 second division showdowns with featuring Iran, Zimbabwe and South Ossetia in the first, and in the last 9th heat of this individual series, featuring Republic of Abkhazia, Tajikistan and Sudan. In the next week, we're also going to see the amazing, unforgettable performances from the semi-final and the final relay races. Now, unfortunately, we are watching Kyrgyzstan take their penalty pit stop just before the finish line. And stand reminded, friends, that the final will take place on the 27th of August. News just in: a decision was taken by the chief referee that the pit stop given to People's Republic of China is going to be deleted. The time spent at the pit stop is going to be struck from the Chinese team. There was a disputable scuffing of one of the poles at the minefield, but thanks to the video reviews, it was determined that it was a clean passage of the minefield by Team China. The time wasted in this penalty pit stop is going to be given back to the team. And now Kyrgyzstan welcome at the finish line. 38-42. All of the fans for Republic of Kyrgyzstan are on their feet. Well, this is the end of this race. Bravo! And let's name this crew once again. Shaipul Respect, Senior Lieutenant, Tank Commander for Kyrgyzstan. Junior Sergeant Sanjar Bakitbekov, gunner and driver Dilmurod Azizov. Well, Shaib, this was a fine race. Certainly putting in your best. However, missing some tank targets. Nonetheless, we're quite happy with Kyrgyzstan performance. Still worthy of the first division. Kyrgyzstan is now exchanging military salutes. congratulating all of the fans here at Alabina, all of the fans at Zvezda, the Star TV channel, also the Ministry of Defense, website mil.ru, online audiences, YouTube and RuTube. Thank you for this show. Thank you for joining us, dear friends. This was certainly an unforgettable last First Division clash for this TÄNG Biathlon anniversary edition. Once again, don't go away. We still have 2 second division events on the menu for today, featuring in the lists some of the strongest second division teams. And these are the total rankings for this race. Top place remains Russia, undefeated champions, at 20 minutes and 44 seconds with maximum speed of 80 kilometers an hour in this remarkable race. Thank you. Now we're going to the total rankings table for Division 1, where the first 2 crews, the first and third crew from Russia, this is almost the final table now. It will hardly be changed this year. Now, these are the results. First and third crew, Russia, first 2 positions, followed by Belarus, 21-26. Fourth position belongs to second crew, Russia team, followed by China third, Belarus first, Kazakhstan third, and then closing the rankings, Mongolia, Azerbaijan, and 31:04. And the second page of the last of the lists belongs to Venezuela. They are really closing the rankings this year, and unfortunately it looks like Venezuela is out of the semi-finals this year. Certainly a pity for this first division team, which might well relegate them into the second division next year. Well, certainly all of these teams are putting in their 100%, but sometimes it's not good enough. However, dear friends, today we saw that the clash ran hot for all of these top teams. Certainly a remarkable race. The highlights, Kyrgyzstan in the 4th position, featuring the third crew for this republic. Some mistakes were made. Over-anxiety perhaps caused the misses on the TÄNG targets. Just yesterday we spoke to the crew. I spoke to them personally, and the guys were worried. According to the toss, Kyrgyzstan ended up in the lined up, matched against the strongest world teams, Russia, China and Belarus. This presented a serious challenge to this novice team in the first division. Now let us hope for a better performance yet next year. After the hearing of the referee commission tonight, we're going to learn the names of the semi-finalists. Kyrgyzstan might yet make it into the semi-finals. Now China, one of the strongest world teams. Practically no mistakes were made. Perfect combo was struck on the TÄNG targets. However, they missed the next helicopter target, where they lost the penalty lap time, perhaps costing them the second position denied by Belarus. There was an argumentative dispute at the minefield obstacle. However, Team China was returned this penalty pit stop time. And just look at Chinese fans pouring their hearts out for their team in the stands. And now, the second position in this clash belongs to Team Belarus, our brother nation. As usual, certainly follow the way forward, breathing neck to neck to Russian team, always going shoulder to shoulder. Amazing performance, unforgettable clash from Belarus, and Belarus enters the top 3 leaders thanks to Team 3, thanks to TṳNG from the Republic. And by the way, dear friends, right now in front of the Glory Mount, we can see the Kyrgyzstan tank flying past. We're going to look at them later. And right now, over to the reigning, undefeated, undisputed champions of the track, Russian Federation. This young cadets from Kazan Higher Tankers Academy, the famous cradle of world-class tankers, headed by the Chief of General Staff, Russian Federation, Deputy Minister of Defense, Valery Gerasimov, the Army General. Russian Federation is also a graduate of this tank college. And today, Russia proved us that they're able to go all the way, never stopping, never holding back, and making us all happy today with this remarkable, emotion-fueled clash, giving them the first position, flying the flag high, and Alabina's remarkable, unique motorsport event that's called Tank Biathlon. And this was the individual heats race for the first division, final race. And today, once again, please note, 2 second division crews are going to take the field. Second, running at 11:15. This was your all-time Tank Biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov. And co-hosting for the English-speaking audience is Dmitry Kulinsky. Take care of each other,
19
love
PKT
each
chúng ta
other,
lại
and your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation.
kết thúc nội dung này và chuyển sang
bạn muốn có một hình thể cân đối, một sức khỏe bền vững. Bạn cần một
phần
làm chủ cuộc sống theo cách riêng của bạn.
Đội Kazakhstan ở kíp số 2 có thành tích thi đấu là 26 phút 35, hạ được 5 trên 5 mục tiêu, có tốc độ tối đa là 67 km/h. Còn đây là đội Uzbekistan với kíp số 3. Đội Uzbekistan với kíp số 2 có thành tích thi đấu là 27 phút 23, hạ 5 trên 5 mục tiêu, có tốc độ tối đa là 71 km/h. Và tổng thời gian sau 2 kíp cho đến lúc này của đội Uzbekistan là 52 phút 41 giây. Tổng thời gian thi đấu của đội Kazakhstan là 51 phút 43 giây. Đó đều là những thành tích rất tốt và họ là những đội có thể cạnh tranh được tấm huy chương. Còn đây là đội Venezuela 3, kíp thứ 3 của đội Venezuela. Venezuela là đội sau 2 kíp thi đấu đầu tiên đang đứng chót bảng. Ở kíp thứ nhất họ có thành tích là 47 phút 05 giây, hạ 1 trên 5 mục tiêu. Ở kíp số 2 có thành tích là 40 phút 15 giây, hạ được 3 trên 5 mục tiêu. Thành tích về mặt tốc độ, tức là tốc độ tối đa của họ, tốc độ tối đa tốt nhất mà đội Venezuela có được trên lúc này là kíp số 2 với 67 km/h. Tổng thời gian thi đấu sau 2 kíp của đội Venezuela là 87 phút 20 giây. Còn bây giờ là những chiến sĩ của đội tuyển xe tăng Việt Nam, kíp số 3 của chúng ta. Một lần nữa tôi xin được nhắc lại, trưởng xe của chúng ta là thiếu tá Phùng Anh Cương, chàng trai quê ở Hải Dương. Đó là nhân vật đến từ lữ đoàn 215 binh chủng tăng thiết giáp. Pháo thủ là thượng úy quân nhân chuyên nghiệp Phạm Văn Anh, đến từ lữ đoàn 201 binh chủng tăng thiết giáp. Và lái xe là trung úy quân nhân chuyên nghiệp Đỗ Quốc Tuấn, thành viên đến từ lữ đoàn 201 của binh chủng tăng thiết giáp. Đó đều là những con người đã từng gắn bó với đội tuyển xe tăng Việt Nam qua các mùa Army Games 2020-2021.
Như vậy là hiệu lệnh kèn cho các kíp xe vào trong xe làm công tác chuẩn bị sẵn sàng thi đấu đã phát lên. Các kíp xe vào trong xe và đang thông mạng với đài chỉ huy.
Theo thông báo của ban tổ chức, thời tiết tại thao trường hiện nay đang rất tốt. Nhiệt độ vào khoảng 22 độ C, gió nhẹ, không mưa, rất thuận lợi cho các đội thi đấu.
Cùng tham gia phần tường thuật trong chương trình hôm nay, xin trân trọng giới thiệu sự có mặt của Đại tá Ngô Quang Hoài, cán bộ của Cục Đối ngoại Bộ Quốc phòng.
Своей техникой. Китайские танкистки на танках тип 96Б, ну а команда Республики Беларусь участвует на танках Т-72Б3. И в этом заезде, это будет завтра, пока готовятся экипажи стартовать.
Như vậy là đội tuyển Kazakhstan đã bước vào thi đấu, họ sẽ thi đấu lượt đầu tiên.
Танков Т-72Б3. Главный судья конкурса, генерал-майор Кирилл Кулаков принимает лично доклады о готовности и дает команду вперед. Казахстан на трассе конкурса танковый биатлон. Мы желаем удачи каждому.
Đối với vật cản đường rắn lượn, hay tên gọi khác là hàng cọc zigzag, thì gồm có 2 cửa ra và vào rộng 4,5 m, có 4 cọc thẳng hàng cách nhau 15 m. Nhiệm vụ của lái xe là điều khiển xe tăng di chuyển theo hình zigzag mà không va chạm vào các cọc. Sau khi rời khỏi vật cản này thì xe tăng sẽ cơ động tới vị trí xếp đạn pháo. Số lượng đạn của mỗi kíp xe có tại vị trí này là 3 viên đạn.
Khoảng 52 giây thì đội Kazakhstan đã đến với vị trí nạp đạn.
Будут основные боеприпасы, будут дополнительные боеприпасы. Ну, они-то будут, но не факт, что их будут использовать.
Với những thao tác rất thuần thục, kíp xe của đội tuyển Kazakhstan đang đưa 3 viên đạn pháo vào trong giá đạn. Thời gian lúc này của họ chỉ mất khoảng 1 phút 26 giây.
Thông thường thì các đội tuyển có chất lượng tốt ở bảng 1 thường chỉ mất khoảng chưa đầy 1 phút 50 giây là đã có thể đưa xe vào tuyến bắn, đúng không ạ? Có thể sẵn sàng với việc thực hiện phần bắn pháo chính. Nhưng quan trọng nhất vẫn là việc chọn mục tiêu, xác định được mục tiêu, hay nói khác là khóa mục tiêu rồi đưa ra những tình huống quyết định kết thúc. Và phát bắn nào có được độ chuẩn xác cao thì đó cũng vẫn luôn là những yếu tố có thể giúp cho các tuyển thủ, các đội tuyển có được kết quả tốt. Không cần 20 giây, đội tuyển Kazakhstan đã có được phát bắn đầu tiên và đó là một phát bắn rất chính xác. Rõ ràng là họ đã thể hiện được một trình độ rất cao, một phong độ có thể nói là xuất sắc.
Năm nay với đổi mới của quy chế thì
phát đạn thứ hai
xe
cũng là một phát đạn chính xác.
Như vậy là điểm chạm ở góc 7 giờ. Đến lúc này thì đội tuyển Kazakhstan qua cả 3 kíp xe thi đấu thì họ đang thể hiện một bản lĩnh rất vững vàng trong phần nội dung bắn pháo. Vâng, như vậy là mục tiêu thứ 3 của họ cũng đã bị tiêu diệt.
Không mất bất cứ một viên đạn nào, tiết kiệm được rất nhiều thời gian, không trượt một phát nào cả. Đó là những gì mà đội Kazakhstan đã thể hiện ở phần thi bắn phát pháo chính. Họ mất 3 phút cho phần thi đầu tiên, và bây giờ là phần thi bắn pháo chính, hay nói chính xác hơn là cuộc thi của đội Uzbekistan. Mở đầu là việc đưa chiếc xe qua hàng cọc với đường rắn lượn.
Второй экипаж сборной Казахстана сейчас на 9-й строчке. Также 4 из 5 мишеней. А на трассу конкурса вышел танк красного цвета. Узбекистан. Хорошая команда, друзья мои, сильная команда. Не устану говорить о том, что эта команда прибыла для участия в конкурсе впервые. Ну, не в этом году.
Chân 14 đục chạm trổ bằng te. Rồi, các bác để ý kỹ giúp em, đây là đầu thấp này. Đầu thấp bên cơ sở em đục họa tiết hoa là Tây, kiểu dáng Louis của Pháp.
Vâng, trước mắt quý khách hàng đây là tổng hợp những mẫu giường hot nhất năm 2021. Và những sản phẩm này thì cơ sở bên em đang bán cực kỳ là chạy trong thời gian vừa qua. Và toàn bộ đều được làm bằng chất liệu gỗ gõ đỏ và gỗ hương đá. Toàn bộ đều được làm bằng gỗ cao cấp, gỗ thuộc nhóm 1 nha các bác nhé. Và các bác có thể thấy
loại đạn mà các kíp xe sử dụng bắn trong cuộc thi này là loại đạn xuyên, có số tốc đầu đạn không quá 900m trên giây. Một viên đạn pháo của xe tăng T-72B3 và các dòng xe tăng tương tự của Liên bang Nga thì gồm có hai phần, phần đầu đạn và phần liều phóng. Và thứ tự để xếp một viên đạn pháo vào trong giá đạn của xe tăng thì họ sẽ đưa đầu đạn vào trước và liều phóng vào sau. Sau khi đưa cả hai thành phần này của viên đạn pháo vào trong giá đạn thì trưởng xe phải chọn loại đạn tương ứng với loại đạn mà đã xếp vào. Điều này quyết định tới việc là pháo thủ chọn đúng loại đạn hay không. Nếu như trưởng xe chọn loại đạn và ghi nhớ vào hệ thống sai thì đến quá trình chọn đạn và bắn, pháo thủ sẽ gặp rất nhiều khó khăn, thậm chí là không thể thực hiện nội dung bắn của mình.
Chúng ta vừa được xem lại những tình huống bắn pháo chính của đội Kazakhstan, và đó là những tình huống dứt điểm, có thể nói là tuyệt vời, những đường đạn căng, chuẩn xác. Và vào lúc này thì đội Kazakhstan đang ở những đoạn đường cuối cùng của vòng thi thứ nhất. Còn bây giờ là phần thi bắn pháo chính của đội Uzbekistan.
Đồng hồ thời gian lúc này là 18 giây.
18 giây là họ đã có được phát đạn đầu tiên rồi, chính xác.
Vâng. Điểm chạm ở khoảng góc 11 giờ. Vào ngày 16 tháng 8 thì kíp xe số 2 của đội tuyển Uzbekistan cũng đã thực hiện tốt nội dung bắn pháo của mình. Họ đã tiêu diệt 3 trên 3 mục tiêu cho nội dung này. Và đến thời điểm này thì kíp xe số 3 của đội tuyển Uzbekistan cũng đã tiêu diệt mục tiêu thứ 2 cho nội dung bắn pháo. Điểm chạm ở khoảng góc 12 giờ. Viên thứ 3 chính xác.
3 phát đạn chính xác của đội Uzbekistan. Thật là mãn nhãn. Đúng là khi mà họ có được điều kiện làm quen với xe, thi đấu trên những chiếc xe mà họ đã thường xuyên được luyện tập, thì năng lực thể hiện của họ cũng ở một trình độ rất là khác. Cần phải khẳng định điều này. Và bây giờ là phần thi của đội Venezuela với chiếc xe tăng màu vàng. Việc trụ lại ở bảng 1 đối với đội tuyển xe tăng Venezuela sẽ là hết sức khó khăn, nếu như không muốn nói là không thể. Năm sau họ sẽ phải thi đấu ở bảng 2. Kết quả thi đấu của đội Venezuela ở bảng 1 năm nay rõ ràng là thua xa các đội tuyển còn lại. Như chúng ta vẫn nói, được tham gia thi đấu, được thể hiện nỗ lực thi đấu của chính mình vẫn luôn là điều rất đáng ghi nhận của các tuyển thủ.
Như vậy là đội tuyển Kazakhstan đã lắp xong súng 12 ly 7 lên trên xe. Họ đang bước vào vòng thi thứ 2. Trong khi đó thì đội tuyển Uzbekistan đã qua vị trí hào nước và đang cơ động tới vượt cản dốc cao. Chúng ta cùng xem lại những khoảnh khắc thực hiện nội dung bắn pháo của đội tuyển Uzbekistan.
Đó đều là những phát bắn có thể nói là quyết đoán và chính xác.
Первая мишень была поражена, как и все остальные, и не было никаких сомнений в промку мишени, а четко.
Như vậy đội tuyển Venezuela họ cũng đã xếp đạn vào trong xe xong. Thời gian lúc này của họ là khoảng 1 phút 53 giây.
Với kết quả thi đấu của các kíp 1 và 2 cũng như phong độ hiện có của các đội Uzbekistan và Kazakhstan thì có thể hiểu rằng họ đã chắc chắn có mặt ở vòng bán kết của cuộc thi xe tăng hành tiến năm 2022, và thậm chí họ còn có thể đặt mục tiêu lọt vào trận chung kết để giành được những tấm huy chương. Còn bây giờ là lúc mà chúng ta sẽ được chứng kiến phần bắn pháo chính của kíp số 3 đội Venezuela. Họ đã vào tuyến bắn.
одна большая семья танкового биатлона. Но простой пример – вчерашний заезд, когда, несмотря на ошибки, которые допустил экипаж...
Lúc này thì đồng hồ đếm thời gian cho phát bắn đầu tiên của đội tuyển Venezuela chưa được hiện. Mặc dù, vâng, như vậy là thời gian đếm ngược của họ bước sang giây thứ 6.
Было решение судейской комиссии, судейской коллегии. 3 мишени в поле. Итак, отсечка по времени. Время-то уже идет. Узбекистан 5 минут 59 секунд. Разница во времени 14 секунд.
Có lẽ lúc này thì pháo thủ của đội tuyển Venezuela mới xác định được mục tiêu đầu tiên. Đã có điểm chạm ở góc 6 giờ. Như vậy là họ đã tiêu diệt được mục tiêu thứ nhất.
Долгожданный выстрел. Ну, исходя из времени, показа мишеней, не удалось вложиться во время.
Lúc này thì đội tuyển Kazakhstan cũng đã vào vị trí để thực hiện nội dung bắn đối với súng 12 ly 7. Kíp xe đã nhanh chóng đưa đạn lên xe. Lúc này thì đội tuyển Venezuela cũng đã thực hiện phát bắn pháo thứ hai.
Все мишени уже видны. Сразу же в соответствии с изменениями правил в этом году, в отличие от прошлого года, все 3 мишени показаны.
Đội Kazakhstan đang có phần thi của chưởng xe ở nội dung bắn 12 ly 7.
Vâng. Như vậy là đội tuyển Kazakhstan đã tiêu diệt được bia số 25. Chúng ta có thể quan sát rất rõ đường đạn chỉ đường bay ngang tầm bia. Sau đó là vệt khói. Như vậy là đội tuyển Venezuela đã bắn phát thứ 3. Họ chỉ tiêu diệt được 1 trên 3 mục tiêu. Ngày hôm nay chúng ta có thể thấy rằng ban tổ chức đã tiến hành hạ các mục tiêu bắn trúng để tránh việc là các đội tuyển sẽ lại bắn nhầm phát thứ 2 lên những mục tiêu đã tiêu diệt, như một số đội trước đây đã thực hiện. Mặc dù điều này thì không có những điều quy định cụ thể trong quy chế, thế nhưng cũng tạo ra những điều mất khách quan nhất định.
Chúng ta được xem lại những tình huống bắn pháo chính của đội Venezuela 3. Họ bắn chính xác ở phát đầu tiên. Phát thứ hai là đạn rơi gần và có vẻ như phát thứ 3 cũng vậy.
Trọng tài chính đã quyết định đội Venezuela là bổ sung 2 viên để tiếp tục bắn mục tiêu số 12.
То теперь за 12-ю мишень, за ее непоражение, 2 штрафных круга. Приоритеты расставлены. Все ж самое важное.
Như vậy với 2 viên đạn bổ sung, nếu đội tuyển Venezuela không tiêu diệt được 2 mục tiêu còn lại thì họ sẽ đối mặt với 4 vòng chạy phạt. Và thời gian lúc này đối với nội dung bắn pháo của họ là khoảng 6 phút. Trong khi đó thì đội tuyển Kazakhstan đã hoàn thành nội dung thi của mình ở vòng thứ nhất chỉ khoảng hơn 5 phút.
Хорошая скорость, более 60 км/ч, но нужно будет притормаживать, впереди сложные препятствия, участок.
2 mục tiêu còn lại của đội xe tăng Venezuela trong nội dung bắn pháo chính.
Viên đạn pháo tiếp theo đã được nạp vào buồng đạn.
Казахстан 12 минут 32 секунды позади. Фактически уже выполнены все задачи второго круга. Остается совсем немного. Узбекистан 9:35. Также команда на втором круге будет вести стрельбу уже через несколько.
Chúng ta vừa quan sát thấy mục tiêu bia số 12 ở bên trái màn hình đã có điểm chạm ở góc 6 giờ. Như vậy là so với phát bắn đầu tiên, phát bắn thứ 4 của đội tuyển Venezuela có điểm chạm tương đối sát nhau. Phát thứ 5 của họ có vẻ đạn gần và lệch trái. Như vậy đội tuyển Venezuela sau 5 phát bắn đã tiêu diệt được 2 mục tiêu trên 3 mục tiêu bắn pháo. Họ sẽ phải chạy 2 vòng phạt cho nội dung không tiêu diệt được 1 mục tiêu bia số 12.
Con của bạn có đang nghiện game hay đang không nghe lời cha mẹ. Những đứa trẻ.
Итак, третий выстрел. Все, боеприпасов больше не будет. Недолет. 2 штрафных круга придется пройти экипажу Венесуэлы. 2 штрафных круга – это 1 километр. Всего 2 штрафных дистанции на трассе конкурса. Каждая из них по 500 метров. Ну что ж, на какую отправить главную?
Bây giờ là lúc mà đội xe tăng Việt Nam sẽ có thể được bắt đầu. Chúng ta đã bắt đầu những giây đầu tiên của kíp số 3 đội xe tăng Việt Nam với đường rắn lượn. Đây là sự khởi đầu của lái xe trung úy quân nhân chuyên nghiệp Đỗ Quốc Tuấn, chàng trai quê ở Lập Thạch, Vĩnh Phúc.
Hiện nay thì trong đội tuyển xe tăng Việt Nam, Đỗ Quốc Tuấn là lái xe duy nhất chưa có bạn gái. Vâng, như vậy là anh đã vượt qua vật cản đầu tiên an toàn. Cùng lúc này thì đội tuyển Uzbekistan đang thực hiện nội dung bắn súng 12 ly 7. Vâng, lái xe của họ đã cho xe lùi ra phía sau, tức là xe đã di chuyển mặc dù thành viên kíp xe vẫn chưa vào vị trí ổn định. Theo luật xử phạt của quy chế hội thi năm nay, đây là một trong những lỗi phạt sẽ tiến hành chạy phạt bằng vòng phạt. Đội tuyển xe tăng Việt Nam đã
all the chances to enjoy wonderful fire missions and racing action in this unique tank biathlon event. Now, this is your tank biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Kulinsky. Introducing the referee panel international for this race, Vladimir Zagoyev, Lawrence Dubé, and Kamali Mohamed Ardakani. Now, South Ossetia is going to be refereed by the Abkhazia referee. And now, introducing the right flank, color-coded green, the tank for Republic of South Ossetia, tank commander Vadim Dudayev, gunner Captain Alexei Mamiev, and the driver is Junior Sergeant Denis Kakoyev for South Ossetia, third group. Over to the second fire line. And the red color-coded tank introducing Republic of Zimbabwe. The tank commander, Lieutenant Muniradze Simon. Sergeant Dube Gadsman is the gunner, and the driver is Corporal Trevor Prince Chavaruka for Zimbabwe. Third group. And left flank. Introducing Islamic Republic of Iran, tank commander Lieutenant Mohammed Ali Ganbari Nasab. The gunner is Sergeant First Class Dabiri Hussein, and the driver is Junior Lieutenant Mehdi Haydari. Iran, third group. Oh, dear friends, everything is ready to start, and the signal to start the engines is given here at Alabina Army Proving Ground, laying the start to this amazing adrenaline-fueled race for the second division final clashes. Oh, we can see Viking, it says in Russian, on the South Ossetia tank. Well done, the Vikings. Certainly all of these crews featuring in today's race are real gladiators. And the Vikings are the first to start. The chief referee is now taking reports from the coaches for the teams. Coaches are reporting ready to start, and then the order to start the race will be given. Vladimir Zagoyev, the coach for Republic South Ossetia, is on screen, and this is the chief referee for the contest, the head of Kazan Tankers Academy, Major General Kirill Kulakov. He is saying, green, proceed. On the track for individual hits race, and it's on. South Ossetia takes the field. The Vikings are out in the track for this last individual hits race for the team. Second division teams will not enter the semi-final relay races. This will be the last final hits race that's going to go into the final tally, identifying the winners and the 3 medalists. Also, the top crews of the tank biathlon in these individual hits races are going to be individually awarded on the 25th of August. Right now, they just passed the restricted maneuvering obstacle and are proceeding to the loading site for the next fire mission. They're about to load the 3 standard artillery shells. By the way, friends, only 3 shells are used in this first tank fire mission in the first division. Second division, pardon you. In the first division, additional rounds are used on these first 3 targets. However, second division is denied this opportunity. And we are watching the crew about to load. These are pretty heavy rounds. 19 kilo is the weight of the main round, and the additional 10 is its charge, giving a total of 29 kilograms of all. South Ossetia, certainly a proud nation, proudly performing in this tank biathlon on its 10th anniversary. And they're going to now fly into the fire line, color-coded green, to engage 3 tank targets. Now, the time, 20-second cutoff for the first shot doesn't apply to second division teams, as opposed to 4 minutes in total. The targets are now out in the range at 16. For the first target, he is going to independently identify and engage his target. Let's hope South Ossetia can make us happy today with some great fire missions. Shot from the 3rd crew. The race still has a long way to run. Only 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the race. We can certainly a short delay prior to the first target engagement, and now it's a hit. It's a hit. Well done on the right target for South Ossetia. It's on. The Vikings struck true on the first target, and now are about to engage the second. It's on! The second is also a hit. Amazing show. Let's hope that they get back the perfect combo with the 3 top targets. Only 1 remains. This is your last chance. Last chance for the crew to enter their name into the record books. This may yet be the best performance for all the South Ossetia crews. And fire! As it remains standing. South Ossetia earned themselves 2 penalty laps, and it's now down to the driver to get the team out of trouble. Iran is certainly a worthy adversary in the second division match. We're tipping favorites as Iran and South Ossetia. Certainly a clash between the two. However, news just in, it was hit. Video replays recorded. Replay we are watching right now, and that's the first shot. Clear hit for the Viking team. Second. Also striking the target, leaving us no doubt. And this is the third, giving South Ossetia a perfect combo. No, dear friends, it does look like it's past. Actually, we were too fast to speak as well. Same as the gunner for South Ossetia, and the team did earn themselves 2 penalty laps, unfortunately, but still well done for the Viking team for the second division. Quite a good result, 2 out of 3 targets. We just saw Kyrgyzstan in the first division miss all of the third targets with 6 rounds. So this gives South Ossetia a pretty good fight for the second division crew. Right now Zimbabwe also out in the track, and the war drums are sounding, taking the roof off the stands. Certainly Zimbabwe fans would have won a separate support cheerleading contest had the Army Games featured this, because the warmth of Zimbabwe fans is really legendary in this stance. Our Corporal Trevor Prince Chaburaka is carefully skirting the tank around the restricted maneuvering course. He's a 30-year veteran of this tank biathlon, a 33-year-old serviceman. Zimbabwe is quite an experienced team, despite being outsiders in this round, matched against Iran and South Ossetia. This year we saw first and second record difficulties, and at the moment they're at the very end of the individual race rankings. Just now we saw the driver for South Ossetia clearly knock one of the poles at the anti-tank trench, and slightly damaged one of the skirts, side skirts on the T-72B3. We are watching Zimbabwe stopping at the ammo loading bay, about to load up on this 125mm ammunition. With only consider safety considerations paramount at this ground, and combat fire missions are performed in this range with real live rounds, using main caliber, using heavy machine guns such as a 12.7mm anti-aircraft and 7.62 coaxial. However, now South Ossetia just passed their penalty pit stop for breaching the last obstacle and recorded their lap time, 8:27. However, still missed the 2 penalty laps for missing the first target. Just knocked one of the poles, probably with one of the elements of the hanging side skirt. Let's watch the replay on that last obstacle. Clearly riding over one of the poles. Let's wish them the best of luck in the following obstacles. The team is certainly in with a chance. It's going to be a real clash once Iran takes the field. And we're seeing them set up their anti-aircraft machine gun. According to the rules changed from last year, they have to independently set up their machine guns during the pit stops, designated pit stops, which replace the rake obstacle this year, and proceed to their fire mission. And this was once again the track breach for South Ossetia. They're scoring many penalty pit stops, unfortunately, for the fans. However, first and foremost consideration here, as we said earlier, is certainly safety. and Zimbabwe team is at the fire line. Their second crew struck 2 targets out of 3. First crew missed all of their targets, so let us expect a better performance from Zimbabwe's third crew. Come on. Come on, Zimbabwe. We want all of the targets to be hit by all the teams, certainly supporting all of these gladiators, all of these tankers from all of the nations, flying their flags here at this 10th anniversary unique motorsport tank biathlon. And we can see the coach for Zimbabwe carefully watching his crew performing their fire mission and not waiting long for the first shot finally. However, we are not observing any damage to the target, most likely earning the team another 2 laps. However, they still have a chance to match the performance of the second crew with 2 targets. No additional ammo will be loaded in the second division clash as opposed to the first division. And in the meanwhile, South Ossetia is approaching their next fire mission for the anti-aircraft fire on the helicopter target. We can see them. We will be able to watch their fire mission in a moment. And Zimbabwe is missing again. The first 2 shots resulted in 2 misses for the team. Third, still standing at the range of 1800 meters, engaged. However, this just earned Zimbabwe 6 penalty laps. That's 3 kilometers in penalty distance, wasting priceless seconds. Let's wish Zimbabwe fans more luck with the following fire missions. Certainly some hard lessons need to be learned by the team. After all, practice makes perfect, and these amicable clashes in the tank biathlon will serve to improve their combat preparedness. And now Iran is out in the track, taking the field in this individual his second division race, while South Ossetia keeps knocking off the balls like bowling pins at the slope. It was a strikeout for South Ossetia teams, recording themselves many penalty pit stops along with a few penalty laps for missing one of the targets, despite the remaining leaders in terms of fire accuracy. Speaking of Iran, we saw a very strong performance from them this year. First crew Iran in the 9th position, first crew Iran in the 3rd. So we are watching South Ossetia continue the rampage on the restricting slope poles. Very well done. If this had been a bowling alley, we could have said strike. But I think South Ossetia driver needs to be more careful. Junior Sergeant Denis Kakoyev needs to concentrate. Also, in the penalty laps to get the team out of trouble. Now, Iran is loading up on their 3 standard artillery shells for the next fire mission. The driver is climbing back in the tank. The track is quite wet and muddy. It has been watered early this morning by a plane, an Il-76 passed overhead, dropping 40 tons of water to water this track so we can be able to enjoy great visibility during this performance. Unless this had been done, we would not have been able to witness many of these remarkable fire missions due to dust collected by the tanks. Now, blue tank Blue tank targets are out at ranges from 16 to 1800 meters. The gunner for Iran is a second-year serviceman and a first-year novice at the tank biathlon. Unfortunately, the first round looks under. Fell just under, not hitting the target. Come on, Iran. We really want to see more fire accuracy from one of the strongest teams in the second division. They're about to strike at the second target. Iran. Second fire. Way to go. Well done for Iran. And we can see their fans and supporters, their teammates cheering them from the stands. Only one target remains, and in the meanwhile, South Ossetia is about to engage the helicopter target. Vadim Dudayev, the tank commander, is aiming at the target. However, Iran is now reporting a delay. In case a crew reports a technical delay, then two timers are started. And in case this technical delay is ruled through no crew's fault, this time is going to be added back and not reduced from the crew best time. Let us learn what happened later. However, now we just saw South Ossetia strike and hit on their second target. Well done for the machine gun fire mission. The flare is clearly indicating a target hit. 15 rounds was just enough for South Ossetia tank commander to perform this fire mission. Forward the Vikings. It's on for the Vikings today. And Iran, adding more suspense, is still at a standstill. Apparently this technical problem has not been yet sorted, and the crew is now waiting, not yet engaging this last target. Apparently they are attempting to remove the possible delay independently, because we haven't seen any technical support race to the third crew for Iran. In the meanwhile, Zimbabwe is really catching up for time lost earlier, firing at speeds almost 50 kilometers an hour through the track. They are not stopping for anything. They are not about to give up. They still have to face the 3 penalty laps after doing the first 3, and Iran struck on one of the targets out of 3. 4 penalty laps are going to be assigned, setting the team back. This may be fatal in terms of time, in terms of timing, in this clash with their closest rivals in this race, South Ossetia. This is the replay. First shot really went under. It was on with the second shot. The Vikings cheered, taking the roof off the stands. However, leaving the remaining target intact out in the range, earning themselves 4 penalty laps and costing the team valuable minutes. Let's wish them better luck on the following targets. So far, South Ossetia is leading the race in the second lap with 3 targets out of 5, 2 of which are tank targets. Iran follows, still in the first lap with 1 target out of 5. Racing now to record their first lap time. Not all is lost. Certainly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for all of the tankers. They only need to pick up speed in the next 2 laps to be in with a chance for the first position in this clash, matching them, putting them into the top 5 for the division. Meanwhile, Zimbabwe is about to face the next two machine gun fire missions. We are placing high hopes on the team. That's where they stop now. This is the designated pit stop obstacle that replaces the last year's rake, and they're about to load their machine gun for the anti-aircraft fire. This is the 12.7mm quad anti-aircraft machine gun used to engage low-flying enemy targets. Helicopter is a perfect representation of one of these. We're watching Zimbabwe crew now loading and setting up this heavy machine gun. It's classified as small arms, being 12.7mm. However, this curved anti-aircraft heavy machine gun is a real sniper by nature. It is capable of engaging high-priority targets and groups of targets at distances of up to 2 kilometers with great accuracy. Wide range of ammunition types at 12.7mm caliber allows to suppress heavy and light armored vehicles, low speed and low altitude aerial targets, and enemy manpower protected by top armored classes. Quad HMG considerably augments firepower and combat capabilities of any units. It's no longer announced. And now Iran back to back following South Ossetia, just seconds apart between the two teams. Iran stopping at the designated pit stop to load their machine gun for the fire mission left to. All of the 3 crew members have to exit the vehicle before loading the anti-aircraft machine gun. We are watching them set it up now. He carefully locks it in place. Ammunition belt is also collected. 15 rounds with 6 traces are going to be used during the next fire mission. Let's wish them the best of luck. Everything is resting on their shoulders now. Now restricted passage in the graphics on screen. Unfortunately, this element that they ripped off at the anti-tank trench is now preventing the team clean passage through all of the obstacles. They would have rather lost it, however it's still hanging on, giving the team even more penalty laps. What a pity for the team, because the driver is doing a great job if it weren't for this single mistake. Now fouling the race for South Ossetia. Certainly Iran is now looking good as the favorites, despite the lower fire accuracy compared to our race leaders, the Green Tank. And now, second lap time, 23:29, third lap. Second crew for South Ossetia, friends, also was plagued by problems. The team, the crew 2 for South Ossetia team took part in the race. However, tank replacements were seen. Mistakes were later made by the crew. They could not continue the biathlon. Were disqualified, unfortunately, in the initial race. However, allowed to take the field the next day. South Ossetia loading the coaxial machine gun. Iran at the vertical step, escarp obstacle. This is a 9-meter obstacle, 90 centimeters tall. First crew for South Ossetia is now in the 6th position in the overall rankings for the division. Zimbabwe. Hopefully this was a white flag passage. Well done for the driver Zimbabwe. Iran also follows, feeling rework from both drivers and its obstacles. Iran and Zimbabwe are both in the second lap and are both about to pull up at the next target simultaneously. Now all of the three crew members need to exit. It's the hardest for the driver to exit the tank, and that's the reason why sometimes during movement we can see the tank main caliber cannon slightly tilted forward and to the right. This is the reason for this tilt. It's to enable the driver to quickly get out in case of need or in case of trouble in real combat situations. Now, the chief referee of this tank biathlon, Major General Kirill Kulakov, gives us permission to fire, and the 41-year-old tank commander for Iran opens fire on the helicopter target. He's a third-year veteran of this tank biathlon, and let us keep our fingers crossed for Iran now. In case the target is hit, we're going to see clear smoke flare signal. With rare exceptions, it always goes off. Sometimes strong rains can prevent it, and for these reasons careful inspections are performed post the fire missions to maintain accuracy on the fire target judgment. And now he's still firing, shot volleys and single rounds are flying, but we're seeing the belt now discarded, and the machine gun is being locked and loaded. Target remains for Iran, bringing the total penalty time tally to 5 laps. Let's hope they won't earn any more. They earned 4 penalty laps for missing the 2 tank targets and 1 additional for missing the helicopter target. Well, certainly third crew for Iran is not shooting as sharp as we saw in the clash of the second crew against its rivals. Certainly second crew for Iran performed much better. And Lieutenant Simon Iranzi is now racing. Tank commander for Zimbabwe also reported weapon unloaded. He did not undertake the fire mission. Just watch him now. He throws out the full belt. He wasn't able to load it. We're not sure as to the reason why he discarded the full ammunition belt and reported weapon unloaded. He earned himself 1 penalty lap for not engaging the target and the second penalty lap for not shooting, not engaging the target. So not hitting and not engaging results in 1 penalty lap each. This brings the total for Zimbabwe's penalty laps to 8. 4 kilometers. In case they don't have enough time to do this during the race, this average time on penalty laps will be added to the total crew time. And South Ossetia, we just saw a decision was taken to remove this piece of the board of the skirt in front of the tank, which scored them so many penalty pit stops. Zimbabwe races over 60 kilometers an hour. Careful now after this long straight and the sharp turn. We certainly don't want to see any accidents, however they are fast. Certainly Zimbabwe driver Corporal Trevor Prince Chavaruka is no slow lane driver. Red crew just being broken after the 6th penalty lap was recorded. This time will be added to the result with without needing to take it. It's a dangerous turn now. All of the tanks have to follow their own track. They're racing through the minefield. Look at this, neck-to-neck race. Careful now, it's going to be a collision. And he's driving Zimbabwe off the track, stopping them. Amazing collision from Iran. Certainly this is a disqualification-worthy fault. According to the rules of this tank biathlon, we may see the race stopped. It will be lucky if the crews are allowed to finish this race and Iran is not disqualified. However, yesterday we saw a similar collision from Armenia team that was reckless and the team was disqualified after finishing the race. Right now, for some reason, we saw a similar change in direction. Iran was swerving to the left as if wanting to cut off Zimbabwe, deny them the opportunity to overtake. They were actually cut off and stopped dead in their tracks by Iran. Well, certainly reckless driving, without that this was intentional. Iran's driver, Junior Lieutenant could not have just decided to cut off his mates from Zimbabwe, denying them the opportunity to overtake. But certainly that's made for some drama to the second division clash. Amazing drama, amazing action, amazing fire missions, and this unforgettable spectacle of adrenaline-fueled action in this thrilling 10th anniversary tank biathlon. And now South Ossetia, coaxial machine gun fire. Mission on target representing the enemy anti-tank missile unit. The target is now erected at a distance of 700 meters out in the field. Color-coded green for the team. Let's hope South Ossetia can strike on the target, giving them top fire accuracy in this individual hits round. This is a coaxial machine gun, and for this reason it's necessary to rotate the tank turret to aim in the right direction, which we just saw South Ossetia tank do. 15 rounds with 6 races are issued in this fire mission, and it's on! It's on for South Ossetia! He strikes the target, giving them 4 targets out of 5. Well done for Alexei Mamiev, from also a graduate of Kazan Tankers Academy. Look at this flying tank overcoming the bridge from Iran. But unfortunately, Iran may be racing towards a disqualification. It's hard to tell as yet. Please don't take my word for it. The chief referee with the international panel are going to make their decision by the end of this race. And we are going to be live with the outcome of this hearing and inform the fans as quickly as possible. Everyone is anxious about the fate of Iran in this round. Now, dear friends, after a break, after a day off tomorrow, we're going to be into the first division semi-final relay races, providing more thrilling entertainment in its spectacular clash for the final, to learn who is going to take the field in this 2022 10th anniversary tank biathlon of the 8th Army International Games Ultimate Showdown. 62 kilometers an hour was the speed recorded by South Ossetia, up to 68. Certainly they were in a hurry, however, removing many balls, condemning the team to many penalties, pit stops, losing the time for the team. However, Certainly the right decision was taken to remove this hanging side skirt that caused the team so many penalty pit stops. Zimbabwe is telling us of comms problems. He was not receiving any radio comms, and we can see technical assistant servicemen entering the tank to check on the communications equipment. We can see that the tank has been damaged. Its left side skirt is clearly damaged, and in the meanwhile we're watching the technical qualification rounds. All of the teams, in another change to the rules this year, have to undertake the technical qualifications in terms of basic OHS procedures. And Myanmar is now preparing the tank for self-evacuation out of bogs and quagmires using locks. Also, another technical qualification challenge involves a replacement of lost or detracked tracks. This is an important part, providing for technical qualification of every team prior to taking their races. Now South Ossetia back. They may not take all of their penalty laps and pit stops, however, all of the times are going to be added to the crew time. And we expect them to come into the lead in this race in case Iran is disqualified, despite recording much longer time compared to their rivals. And South Ossetia is now pushing for the finish line. That's where they made that fatal mistake earlier, ripping off their side skirt. However, now flawless execution on the gas. Get that finish line. The Vikings third crew is finishing this final third crew show for the team in the second division. They all put in their best. Not everything worked out, but certainly it's this human factor. It all comes down to how good you are on the day. South Ossetia, 37-37. Make your wishes, ladies and gents. Reintroducing the team for South Ossetia. Tank commander Captain Vadim Dudayev. The gunner Captain Alexei Mamiev, and the junior sergeant is Denis Kokoyev. Thank you for putting in your best. Certainly making South Ossetia followers and supporters proud. Now, Iran, last fire mission with the coaxial 7.62 caliber, about to take the last target. Let's wish them the best of luck in this drama-fueled round of the individual races, individual hits for Division 2. Zimbabwe, in the meanwhile, is still preparing for their last fire mission. They've set up their coax and are about to take the mission, while South Ossetia is flying their national colors in front of the flags, in front of the stands. Thank you to the team. Thank you for South Ossetia. Dear friends, this was a second division clash. Not everything is as faultless, as seamless, as filigree as in the first division clashes. But these teams are improving year on year and are worthy of taking their place among the world's strongest tankers. Now South Ossetia and Abkhazia, brother nations, are exchanging hugs, handshakes, thanking each other for assistance, congratulating themselves with passing this track. Certainly they are worth their salt. However, now Zimbabwe also damaged following the last collision with Iran. We can see the front side skirt for the tank hanging in a similar way we just saw with South Ossetia. Zimbabwe damaged but not out. Nothing is going to stop them from completing this race. They are not going to give up and surrender, certainly. Navigating the turn. He's being quite careful not to the penalties. We are watching them record. Still recording a decent time of 34 minutes. If they can make the finish quickly, about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, they still beat South Ossetia result. It may yet be a surprise outcome. We may yet see a surprise outcome to this round. Let's not call it as yet. Certainly this is going to be a dramatic climax to this race. South Ossetia tankers out in the sprint. This belongs in the 12th position for the second division. And Iran racing past the minefield obstacle, very close at 29:14. They're certainly the leaders in this race. Well, they were the favorites in this race along with South Ossetia. However, following this collision that we saw cutting off Zimbabwe tank, we are not sure if the team can make it without seeing third crew disqualified. Let's keep our fingers crossed for Iran. However, it all comes down to the referee panel decision, which we are going to learn and come back to you live. This year, by the way, not a single crew fouled the 4 obstacles. We saw faults reported everywhere. Even at the hill obstacle, wrong lanes were taken, but everything worked out well for the Fords. However, it's not an ordinary obstacle. It is 1.5 to 1.7 meters deep, and tanks have to pass it without reducing speed because rollbacks are possible. Sometimes tanks roll back and not exit the fort. However, we hadn't seen this during this even second division races. And in the coming days, on the 23rd and 24th, Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to enjoy the spectacular semi-final clashes between the first division crews, defining the winners for the division that are going to clash in the finals. And right now, Zimbabwe is in the firing line, about to engage the last target, still remaining for the crew 3 Zimbabwe team in this race. Today, just the same as every other day, the Zvezda TV channel is broadcasting all of the action live in its thrilling live broadcasts. You're able to watch it live at Zvezda, the Star TV channel, YouTube, RuTube, and also at the Ministry of Defense Russian Federation website mil.ru. Stay with us for the semi-finals and the finals action, and watch the replays on YouTube or the other channels. And now Iran is taking its pit stop for fouling one of the obstacles on its third lap. 32 minutes and 10 seconds. This was a pit stop for the minefield obstacle, while Zimbabwe is still firing at the last target. Now Iran is searching for the finish line. And this is the end of the team's performance in this 2022 10th anniversary tank biathlon. Congratulations, Iran. Bravo, well done, 32-26. At this stage, this is the top 10 time for the second division. 32 minutes, 26 seconds. Now, reintroducing the Group 3 for Iran. The tank commander in this round was Mohammed Ali Ganbarin Asaf. The gunner was Sergeant First Class Hussein Dabiri, and the driver was Junior Lieutenant Mehdi Haidari. We saw some amazing moments today with Iran cutting off Zimbabwe in this neck-to-neck race, providing for more drama, more character in this adrenaline-fueled motorsport event. That is the unique tank biathlon. Iranian tankers are now exchanging military salutes, thanking all of the audiences, everyone who supported Iran in this contest, in this 10th anniversary tank biathlon. We've got a record turnout in the stands today. The roof really came off when they were cheering their heroes. Everyone is turning out with children, in families, for a fun day out to watch one of the most vivid, most spectacular and unforgettable unique events which feature in the International Army Games. Certainly the tank biathlon has earned its rightful place among the world's top motorsport events. We can watch great racing at Formula One, enjoy amazing races at all the other top-notch racing events, but only the tank biathlon gives us this added thrill of fire emissions, top speeds, and thrilling action at this unique, unrepeated, and unforgettable tournament. Zimbabwe deserves a special notice. We would like to thank the driver for Zimbabwe, who is certainly performing much better this year compared to 2019. The team skipped 2 years due to the pandemic. However, in 2019, they took the 9th position in the division. Zimbabwe team certainly closes the bottom of the rankings for the division, next to Sudan. Well, let's hope these hard lessons are going to go into practice for next year, improving their performance. After all, this is not a combat or battlefield event. This is an amicable sporting contest, providing important experience and skills to increase the nations participating, improve their armed forces members, give important and valuable practice to the tankers in a spirit of friendship and cooperation. So certainly this event unites everyone in friendship. Right now we're about to head into the highlights for this race. After Zimbabwe makes its finish line, we'd like to remind you that we are yet to see Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan and Sudan in the next second division round. This will be the final race for second division teams in this tank biathlon 10th anniversary. The next race is going to take place at 2 p.m. Moscow time, and all of the visitors to our Labina can enjoy a pleasant walk around the ground, enjoy all of the activity zones, have a snack, and then come back and take their seats at the stand at 2 p.m. Moscow time. And we are going to join you live, online and offline for this incredible action that is this unique tank biathlon. Zimbabwe, no stopping. Zimbabwe first crew made 57:41, second crew 53 minutes 10. This crew is going to record a time under 50 minutes, putting them as Zimbabwe's top crew of this year's event. And now Zimbabwe facing the last obstacle and is about to finish in this 2022. Remarkable individual hits. No stopping is allowed at the anti-tank and the anti-tank trench. Careful now for Zimbabwe driver. Step on the gas. He is out. White flags indicate no fault by line flagman. And Zimbabwe is approaching the finish line. This race is over. Thank you once again to all of the tankers. Certainly not everything worked out according to plan, but you are true sons of all of your armed forces, of your nations. No serviceman of no other nation could have done more in terms of doing your best. After all, that's all we can ask for. As long as these crews perform their best, that's all that counts. And that's what provides for our viewing pleasure. This crew for Zimbabwe becomes the strongest for the country. And we'd like to reintroduce the third crew. Tank commander was Lieutenant Muhammad Ali. The tank commander for Zimbabwe was Lieutenant Simon Muniaradze. The sergeant was Dube Gatsman, and the driver was Corporal Trevor Prince Shava Ruka. Once again, thank everyone, online and offline, Zvezda the Star TV channel, everyone joining us in this live broadcasts and the replays on YouTube, RuTube, the official website of the Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, Vil.ru, and live at Zvezda the Star TV channel. Thank you all for staying with us throughout this tank biathlon, supporting us, following us. We can feel the warmth of your hearts. We can feel your interest. Stay with us for the semi-relay races. The semi-finals on the 23rd and the 24th are going to be amazing. Remarkable races, which are going to lay the ground for the final, the grand final of this 10th anniversary tank biathlon. And Zimbabwe is now flying its flag in the parade ground at Alabina. This is the tradition for every team. All of the tankers, after ending their race, they exit the turrets, sit in their hatches, and fly the national colors proudly. And recording the times, Iran 32:26, South Ossetia 37:37, and Iran was first. This race is now over. Let's remember the best and brightest highlights. But in the meanwhile, the total rankings, Myanmar remains at the top. First crew, Syria third crew follows 29:43, and third crew for Myanmar closes the top three with 30:28, followed by Iran, who made the top 5 for the second and third crew. Laos, Syria, Abkhazia and South Ossetia are not performing as well as they could be, but not all is lost. Abkhazia is going to take the field in the last second division clash at 2 p.m. today, and we're placing high hopes on Abkhazia Crew 3 let's support Abkhazia Republic team and also Tajikistan and Sudanese tankers that are going to clash in the next race. Zimbabwe in the third position of this unforgettable race. Certainly the support from the fans was tangible in the stands. They were taking the roof off with their war drums, supporting all of the teams, all of the crews in this tank biathlon. Certainly there was a traffic incident. There was a collision with Iran, but they continued their race. They had not given up, and that's what counts. After all, News of Steel of the driver Zimbabwe team deserve a separate mention. Despite the collision, he continued on track, even in a damaged stand, without scuffing the poles. What an amazing journey, what an amazing race, what an amazing performance from all of these second division teams in this adrenaline-fueled drama action at the 10th Tank Biathlon anniversary. Now, South Ossetia, the Vikings, our dear friends and brothers, recorded the second position in this race. We're going to learn their final position in overall rankings tally after the commission's hearing later. But we'd like to know that they're certainly a strong, well-prepared side. And this is indicated by their target fire accuracy. They struck 4 targets. All of their machine gun fire was successful. Main caliber fires were resultative. Certainly, small mistakes were made by the third crew. However, lots of the pit stops and lots of extra time was collected due to the ripped board, which they damaged at the anti-tank trench. This was certainly a remarkable, unforgettable, unbelievable round. We're going to remember this. And now, to the first place in this race, Iran, individual Division 2 Heat 8 winners. They performed well, however, they made a serious mistake. Running into, crashing into Zimbabwe tank. We're expecting penalties to apply to the team. This is unavoidable. They were lucky not to get disqualified for cutting off Zimbabwe at the minefield. However, we saw some mine fire missions, a fine show, and we'd like to thank all of the tankers for this amazing race. Thank you, dear friends. This race is over. Stay with us for the second race in this individual heat race. This was your all-time tank biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Kulitsky. Take care of each other. Stay well. Your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, is always next to you. Goodbye and see you soon.